Hey, horror fans, once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. Yes, it's time to do another movie review. We're going to remove the latest movie from hip-hop sensation Mary J Blige. This one is Body Cams. Oh boy. Now, Body Cam is a 2020 police procedural horror movie. It was directed by Malik Vital. I think I pronounced his name correctly. It was written by Nicholas McCartney and Richard Rydell. This one stars Mary J. Blige, Nat Wolff, and veteran actor David Zahas. Now, the plot of the movie is when a routine traffic stop results in an unexplained grisly death of her colleague, a cop, Mary J. Blige, realizes footage from the incidents will play for her eyes only. As the attacks amount, she races to understand the supernatural force behind them. Yeah, that's what this movie was about. Yeah, you can tell I didn't like this one. Now, I don't have a problem with filmmakers who put social commentary into movies to make a point, as long as that commentary doesn't bring the movie down, or as in Black Christmas 2019, shoved down our throats. No, you can have it, you can make your point, but it shouldn't be the whole focus of the movie. Now, for this supernatural horror movie, director Malik Vital brings us a tale of a female police officer, played by famed hip-hop singer Mary J. Blige, trying to solve murders of her fellow police officers by an unknown force. Now, before the murders start, the film begins with news of a report about a white police officer who was found not guilty in the murder of an unarmed African-American teenager. Yeah, where we've heard this story before. Meanwhile, Officer Renee, that's Blige's character, has returned to active duty after serving some suspension for striking a civilian. We come to find out later that it seems that she's still mourning the death of her son, who died in a drowning accident a few months ago. Now back on the streets with her new partner named Danny, played by Nat Wolff, they find one of their fellow officers mutilated. Yeah, he was torn up badly. Now, while Renee checks the body cam video to see that the officer was killed by an unseen force, the only problem is that Renee is the only one who sees this. Yeah, that's basically what the plot of the movie is. When he takes a look at the body cam footage, she's the only one who sees it. No one else does. So, of course, that leads to problems. And she's still suffering from the death of her son. And she's going crazy. This is all in her mind. I don't think that's where they were going with, but you can see where this movie is trying to do with Renee's character. So one of the good things I liked about this movie is how well it's shot. I don't know what the budget is for this movie was, but you can tell they spent most of it on production. Now, most of the scenes take place at night, and those scenes they look slick and glossy. They really look nice. It gives the film the dark and dangerous setting that the filmmakers were going for. Now, it's dark enough to create a creepy atmosphere, but enough light so that the audience can see everything that's happening. Like in the beginning of the movie where we see one of the officers stop a car, even though it's dark, it's raining. You can see the darkness in the area. It gives a certain feel that something crazy is about to happen. But we see enough of the outline of the cop in the car that we get a full picture about what happened, even when the cop certainly gets dragged out by an unseen force. Now, another thing I liked about the movie is the use of body cams that police officers are wearing now today. I was wondering when they're going to come into play. Now, unfortunately, other than the Black and Blue movie that came out earlier this year to star Naomi Harris, I really haven't seen any other movies or even found any other movies that use this invaluable tool in their stories. Unfortunately, I don't think after seeing this one and the box office from Black and Blue, I don't think they're really going to try putting it in the stories, or they have to come up with something that really does something better. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually use the body cam for a found footage movie. Now, the main problem I have with this movie is that it's very boring and definitely not scary. We have scenes that drag on and on and on, and nothing really happens. A good example is when Renee and Danny arrive at the scene. We spend at least a good 15 minutes of them looking around the area with their flashlights, and again, nothing happens. I mean, it takes a good 10 to 15 minutes. They might radio the dispatcher, let them know what's happening, and then we spend another 5 minutes for them looking around. We see mostly the film is focused on Renee. We really don't see Danny until after they find the body. It's like, wait a minute, that's really not good. It doesn't bring any tension, no suspense. There's nothing playing in the background. All they are just looking at their flashlights, doing what cop things do, but it just drags on and on and on. Another problem is logic gaps. Now, I know that we're supposed to suspend our belief at times when it comes to watching a movie, but I believe when an officer is down, the place should be flooding with cops, and that doesn't happen here. Again, it takes at least almost 10 to 15 minutes before any other cops show up. We just see Renee and Danny, and that's that. And then they're going around trying to do cop things, looking at the area right there. You would think when they first announce that an officer is down, we should have at least 5 or 6 cop cars all around the area, not just 2 cops. Now, I don't know if it was a budget reason or anything else like that, but come on, guys. It's like, try to make your film somewhat believable. Now, I don't know who I should blame on this film being so boring and flat. Now, I'll give Mary J Blige some credit because she can act. Remember Mudbound? Yeah. Now, despite her best efforts, she kind of looks bored and tired. Like she really doesn't want to do this. Maybe she felt because this was produced by BET, I guess she felt she needed to do them a favor, and that's the reason why she's in this movie. But she doesn't give Renee enough sadness or anything else to make us care about her or the fact that she lost her son. Now, I don't know if. Then again, I think the script doesn't do her any favors in that department either, because they really don't do enough to make the audience care about Renee. All she does, she goes through the motions. She does this, she does that. And now I do see Blush trying to do some emotions. There are some scenes where she dreams about her son. There are some other scenes where she has nightmares about her son, but it doesn't do enough for us to make us care about Renee. The same goes for the cast. The same goes for the rest of the cast as well. And not even veteran actor David Zayas can bring any life in this movie. It's just like they're reading their lines with no emotions or heart. There's a couple of scenes where we have Renee with her husband, and her husband he just stares and he's out to space, and he doesn't bring any emotion to the scenes there. You would think that those 2 scenes where you have 2 parents have lost a child, you would think they have bring some heart and some soul into the movie, but it doesn't. I don't even think we really have any chemistry between Mary J. Blige and Nate Wolff. The character Danny, you can see that there's something wrong with him, but again, I don't know if it's the script or the actor or both, where they don't mesh well enough. No, at least they use practical effects for the kills. I'll give them credit for that. Now, even though the kills happen off screen, it's the aftermath of the kills is gruesome and bloody, save for one of them. There's one of them that actually happens right on the screen. And I thought that was very great. It's too bad that they didn't do this throughout the film. Again, it could be for budget reasons, but I can give them credit for, having to use practical effects and the aftermath of the kills. However, there is no tension and suspense, and the film never establishes any type of tone. Things just happen to move the plot along. When they say we get to this part, okay, that's fine. We get to another part where we get to this house, but again, nothing happens. We move the plot along. Now, as for the social commentary on this film, I don't have a problem with this one because it's not slammed down our throats. However, screenwriters Nicholas McCartney and Richard Riddell should have done a better job, as the reason why the killings are happening is very predictable. I saw the writing on the wall probably right around the midpoint of the film. So overall, despite how well the film looks, and we do get some decent practical effects in the film, it's very boring, flat, and dull. The acting is just flat. Nothing really happens. The film is not scary at all. It was a nice idea. I give the filmmakers credit, and I do give McHale credit for trying to bring some life and some notice to the social commentary he was looking for, but it was just not done correctly. He could have done a better job. So, I'm going to give Body Cam only 1 of my 5 bloody gold coins. Yes, you only going to get 1 of my 5 bloody gold coins. It's not a bad film. It's just dull, lackluster, and boring. So, horror fans, have you seen Body Cam? Did you enjoy it? Did you actually enjoy Mary J. Blige's performance? Or did you find it just as boring and lackluster as I did? Again, leave your comments down in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about Body Cam. And so there you have it. That's my review and video for Body Cam. Hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And once again, if you're new here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put up new videos such as this one. Also, all my social media links will be in the description box below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules. I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.